What's up, everybody? We are live. I am RMI, CEO and founder of NEWFANS, and we have Young Boss Crook in the building. And we have contest winner, Sad Girl Liz. Hey, how you feeling?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're good. We're good. So we're gonna kick it off. Can you tell us how you got started?
Yeah. So my whole life I've been making music. Um, like I was always in choir. I was a theater kid. Um, it I didn't really ever have that click though that it could really be um like something I did professionally or a job until I signed to my label, which was like 2 years ago. Like I guess prior to that, um, I just kind of been doing it on my own, but I wasn't really even distributing. It was just like more so a hobby until until then.
Okay, so what made you sign to a label? And is it an independent label?
Yeah. So it's an independent label. I'm with 623 Entertainment. They um I signed well 2 years ago when I signed it. It was like not even anything I feel like I had to question. Of course, I went through the contract. I had to make sure it was good. But um, prior to that, I think my husband had passed maybe 2 to 3 months prior. So really, I was at like the lowest low in my life, um, the bottom. And it, whenever my label found me, and we kind of started talking, and he approached me, it was really um, like a miracle. Like for me, at least that was how I viewed it because prior to that, for I dealt with addiction for like 5, 6 years and was like homeless between three different states. I was like not financially stable. Going, I was one of those people that really wasn't going to be able to, I felt like, do it myself or take care of it just financially by myself. So that was really like a gift from God.
Wow. Thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah.
So, so they pretty much handle like the expenses and what do they handle?
So my label takes care of the expenses, whether it be, studio time or if we're, doing a business trip, the videos. Um, they basically, take care of all of it. Um, there's not a lot that I've had to take care of unless it was like voluntary or just something to kind of better further my career, I mean, little things here and there.
So do you know what kind of contract you signed?
Yeah, so I'm in an artist development and recording deal.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So how often are you putting out music or making music right now?
Oh my gosh, making music, I feel like it never stops as far as like writing or at least recording references. I have not released in quite some time. It's been a couple months. Um, I am about to release an EP that I'm working on, and then shortly after the EP, um, I have 3 singles uh, that I've gotten together. I'm really proud of them. I'm proud of the EP too. Um, but I feel like the EP is just going to be something that I'm going to drop to kind of get closer to these singles, which is more so my like true sound.
Okay. So could you share a little bit about, I guess, the theme or the concept of these projects?
Yeah. So for the EP, the colors and like themes, I guess, ideas around it is it's like letting go. Um, it's very nostalgic. Um, there's themes of loss, heartbreak, kind of the triumph, after the pain. Um, I'm really excited for the last song on the EP. It's called "For the Kids," and um, it really, really just sums up all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Um, what are what are some of your challenges as far as on the artist side, the business side, whatever part of the music industry? What do you find the most challenging to deal with? Because I know you have you're signed to a label, but you gotta have some difficulty somewhere. So
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Um, so difficulties. It's okay. I think the hardest thing, some of the things that uh, are the hardest to deal with, um, has been really understanding my contract, understanding just specific terms, royalties, publishing, making sure that everything is registered properly. That's that's kind of been um, the challenging part. I feel like more so it's the business aspect, um, as opposed to the music, which is it comes natural.
yeah, definitely understand. Definitely understand. Does the label help with that, or do they give like, I don't know, artist development lessons, or I don't know, or are you just like Googling and doing your own research?
Um, so as far as that goes, um, I have some connects and just people that I found through the industry that share knowledge or courses and things like that. Mm, my label has, what I'm saying, an understanding of how things operate and how he should operate. Um, it's let me see. It's more so like he handles those things, but I uh, still try to like learn as much as I can um, on my own. And then I still feel like every artist, regardless of like if they're signed, if they're not signed, um, should should try to like reach out and like find like good sources where they can have the information, um, because they still need to know, like artists still need to know these things on their own.
Yeah, understood. Get it. Armand, you got anything?
Yeah, I do. How are you building your fan base right now? Like, what's your strategy?
Okay, so a lot of things, especially with the new EP, um, as far as building a community, is I really am trying to make them a part, whether it be through through the stories, parts of like the rollout, making them feel uh, like they're a part of the story. It's like I want to say want to say certain things, but I don't want to say too much because I have some things I'm working on. Um, I did get some content from my hometown when we were recording a video. There was a friend, but also a fan, and I hadn't seen them since we went to school together, and so like they interviewed her and stuff, and we let her listen to some of the songs, and like we got all that stuff recorded and showed her kid there. Um, I also encourage my fans to feel, welcome, whether it be by like sharing their stories through, um, from my music. If they listen, like I have a song about domestic abuse that I went through, and I've had a lot of people, open up and share their stories through that. So it doesn't matter really what platform it is. I always try to make sure that I'm, um, responding to my comments and the stories and the fans and things.
Building connection through shared experience. I can I can respect that. Yeah. Do you uh what do you think sets your music apart um from other independent artists or industry artists, whatever, music that you've heard? Not to say you're comparing it, but like, what do you think sets your music apart, and why should people um go and listen to your music?
um, so within my music, uh, within any of the songs, and I've had, very young individuals to very old individuals, say similar things. Um, I really am a voice for anyone um, that's ever been through hardships or been sad or felt alone. There's something very comforting within the music. Um, it's a feeling of not being alone. It's very nostalgic. I think that really is something that sets me apart from other artists because I feel like a lot of music is just kind of, um, well, especially kind of higher up industry things. Um, they get a little, um, watered down. Or I'm really not one of those artists that's like flexing in my music. It's really, uh, you never really know who you're gonna get. Like it, I feel like the abused and the abuser. I have kind of been both, not necessarily physically, but just in like I've had a lot of things happen to me, and I've done a lot of things, and I feel like um, there's a part in each song that's able, to be related to. And I keep bringing it back to this, but especially with the song for the kids, um, like the line is, "This is for the kids that always felt alone." Um, you know, it there could be a kid, or just someone out there, getting bullied at school, or I'm saying they like a guy and the guy doesn't like them back, or you know, uh, they might have been the villain at one point, and uh, not to get stuck on those things, but I think that to kind of be able to, you know, like um, to go through it with someone else, or like again the shared experiences, is it's like a beautiful thing. So,
Definitely. All right.
Nice. Are you currently collecting data? Your fans' data, meaning their names, email address,
mhm.
location, like state, city. country?
So I am not like I don't have like a Mailchimp or um like an actual um an, an actual like platform where they can submit that information. I know that my label has the domain for a website, but it's not everything isn't up yet. We are kind of in um like a transitional phase, and rebranding, um and so we haven't really made that available yet.
Okay, you can definitely get that information and make it available. Actually, it's free right now, especially for you. So, if you wanted to make a profile on the New Fans app,
Mhm.
you'll be able to start collecting immediately. Just want you
Oh
to know
yeah.
that. Do you see any benefit of doing that? Of collecting your fans' data, as far as even if it's their name and phone number.
Yes, definitely. Y- yes, phone number. I would also consider email as well, just because I just I want to have a way that I can reach out directly, but I also want to be able um to send out an email, and it only be for specific people, and it's like, hey, like if you see this email, and you see me at this show, like what I'm saying, you could get in for free, or like just a way to really keep up with them. I think that that's very beneficial, and these are things that I think that I should already have had. um However, it's just, what I'm saying, we're kind of building them, and we go at that pace.
Are you very tech savvy? Would you consider?
Um, s- Look, so I'm extremely tech savvy. At one point when I was like 15, I started doing coding on my Tumblr. Um, and I would make everything customizable. I was always on my computer. I'm extremely tech savvy. Um, my record label, however, is not. And it's okay. These are things he would tell you too. But he works three jobs and is not very tech savvy. Um, but then also, sometimes to meet up in person and have ample time to get these things done, I guess, is kind of a little difficult. We hired a consultant on um a couple months ago, and he has helped tremendously as far as taking care of um, some of the digital assets, and um, registrations and things like that.
Okay, that's cool.
Are you selling your music directly?
No, as in how people can sell directly off like Bandcamp and things like that.
Yeah.
So no, and again, these are things. Oh man, these are things that I feel like should have already been available as well. Um, oh gosh, man, I I make the music, but uh, a lot of the other stuff, not so much. Really able to handle. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
So
Like
I don't always, sometimes uh, yeah, my bad.
I get it. You don't have to say too much. The I get it. So someone else has control and power over them those particular decisions.
Hmm.
Um, and from what I'm getting, either they're moving at their own pace, or it's not moving as fast as you would like it to move. That's the vibe I'm getting. But at the same time, don't ever feel like you can't do things for yourself. Um, it's just a matter of getting tired of not knowing. You know,
Hmm.
learn what you can learn, do what you can do. You got to pick up the slack for other people. I mean, it's your music at the end of the day, and it only goes as far as you push it. You can't expect somebody to be as passionate about your stuff as you are. You know,
Hmm.
they're not gonna work as hard as you would possibly work. So just keep that in mind. Um, you know, uh, do what you can do, but don't feel like within the realms of your contract or whatever. Uh, there are things you can do to promote, and things you can do to sell music or sell merch or sell tickets or whatever it may be. Um,
Hmm.
so don't lose sight of that, because you don't really need anybody per se. You just need yourself. And then when people see you working towards your goals, they start to get in line with you. So maybe, kind of lead by example and show them you can do it, and maybe they'll follow suit. Uh, but yeah, uh, like I said, just remember you have power in that situation.
How do you feel about content marketing?
Um, so in what sense? Like affiliate marketing, like user generated content, like just marketing, you know what I'm saying, the my content, like as far as like ads and things like that.
No, no, like this, like doing live stream.
Yeah,
Um,
just content.
yeah, actually, music is content. Audio is content. That's music. Just posting yourself on social media, YouTube content. Written is also content.
Um, so I um I I like it. I feel like it's been a way that I'm able, to connect and meet other individuals. And then I'm saying, like discuss the music and just like get more out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I feel that a lot of people will relate to your story. And I think the more you put yourself out there, the more your fans, or even people who don't know you, will start to connect to you and become a fan.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Um, DDG, he's an artist. He's also signed to a label. I think he's in a 50-50 deal. He live streamed on Twitch for 7 days. Not saying everybody's DDG, but he got 40,000 subs, and each sub is paying like I think 5.99. And he marketed his whole album. He called it a hitathon. Basically, he made his whole album on live stream. That's content.
Yeah.
What? How do you feel about that?
Um, that stuff is really cool.
Oh,
I feel
okay. I'm sorry.
um um I think that those things are cool. And then I feel like another like I know who DDG is. I always see I always see his Snapchat. Um uh Tyler the Creator with oh man, his last album. I thought that was really good. That was like genius. Um
Hmm.
I think that things like that are really cool. I've even seen people like put the I think there was a girl that put herself in like a glass box for like outside in like public for like basically like maybe half a day or something. Um I think that those are really genius like strategies.
Yeah. I'm just agreeing. Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was like do I like those strategies or if I you know what I'm saying if I plan to do those or what.
I mean, that's some really extroverted stuff. like,
No, those are things I think of. Look, oh my gosh, look, I was talking to my consultant maybe like a month ago, and I was like, look, I think it'd be cool to let them like shoot me with a paintball gun, and he's like, you want to let your fans shoot like you just want to get shot with a paintball gun? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Like it's just crazy shit, like going outside all day and just like I've even seen like really cool kind of like interactive arts um where people like let people draw on them or like touch them um really they're like it's kind of limitless and I have a lot of ideas and things that um I would love to do. um
You could do
it's
something like 7 things that make me sad or something like that, and then do music live of making song live based on like the topics that you've chosen.
mhm,
So it still um relates to your brand and hopefully like your comfort zone, but you're inviting people into your world.
mhm. Yeah, no, I like that. uh I think it would be really cool to do stuff like that. Those are really good ideas.
Yeah, I'm definitely about building a fan base and growing your audience. And then I think that it's, a lot of artists don't want this new wave that's coming out where artists are content creators and now streamers.
Mhm,
Most artists who are not content creators and streamers want to focus on just the art. And I totally understand that. But like these streamers and content creators, they're kind of running circles around, artists who, won't diversify. Um,
mhm.
where do you see your career in 3 years?
Huh? What was that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Where do you see your career in 3 years?
Career in 3 years. um. So, well, my career in 3 years, I will be out of my deal. So by that point, uh, by that point, I'll be out of my deal. So I think I should take that into consideration as well. So just independently creating music, I would like to get back to releasing music every 2 weeks. I had the strongest fan interaction and really just like overall love and support back whenever I was releasing every 2 weeks. So I think that I will be releasing every 2 weeks. Um, uh, I would definitely way more social on all my social media platforms. Um, Doing shows, but also more so like maybe like small mini tours. I will have merch by then. Um, I I've had merch before, like when I was independent. Um, but whether it be uh the art, um um I would like to just just have uh a much more solid um place within the industry. I could really see myself focusing on writing songs like specific for like sync placements. um I want to have I'm saying a bigger line of like revenue coming in. I'm sure will be from merch and things like that. But those are just like really important goals for where I would like my future to be, like my career to be in the future. Quit it, kitty.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be out of your deal, I would definitely start collecting data right away because that's going to help you once you get out of your deal, and you'll have, I don't know, 5,000 or more, direct contacts that you can say, hey, I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina or something. I'm here visiting. I'll be at this location performing. Come see me. And
Mm,
then, they can show up. If you
yeah,
have direct contact with your fans, definitely get them into your world. I feel like I love your story. Um, I
yeah.
I
Thank
only
you.
been having this conversation with you for 30 minutes, and I just feel your energy. You have very infatuating energy. So I feel like yes, this definitely, even if it's audio content, um, just make sure that you're consistent, because that's a whole thing too. Um, a lot of artists, they slow down consistently and they lose their momentum. I know a lot about that because I've done that as well. I've I've slowed down for like what, a year, and lost my momentum. So I definitely know what that feels like.
Yeah,
Um, so I definitely advocate for artists to definitely be more consistent and be intentional about their goals. I think you're doing a great job. I love your cat. Your
oh,
cat
thank you.
definitely. I see. Is it he or
But
she?
this is the crazy thing is this is not even my cat. So like I'm moving out of my place, and so like the utilities, like got the utilities turned off, and I was like, I don't know if my like data on my phone, I didn't want it to go out, so I just came over to my friend's room real quick. I was like, hey, I'm like 4 minutes away. Please, can I do this interview here? And,
That's
I'm chilling.
crazy. Yeah, even the
Yeah,
cat loves your energy. So that's
yeah.
wonderful. Um, I mean, what do you see the future of the music industry? Where do you see it going from here? Because Spotify was supposed to be the solution for all, but it doesn't look like that's happening. So what do you think?
That
I
was a
mean,
fallacy. Never a solution, but I get it.
I mean, it was at one point because the whole thing, the solution, the problem that Spotify solved was getting like when people was stealing music from like Napster and stuff like that, the stealing the music online. That's the problem that they solved. You can't steal music from Spotify unless you have like like you recording it from your phone or whatever. So they did solve a problem, but these other issues, that's the problem. They didn't solve that. Anyway, yes, sad girl Lex. Where do you see the music industry going?
Um, okay, so I this could just be ignorance talking. It can't be stupidity because you don't know what you don't know. So maybe I could be like missing something, but I feel like in hindsight, like Spotify is just one platform, and really it kind of seemed like it was like I mean from the jump, like really if you're not already like a big artist and hard, really hard to make money off of, you could maybe release eh, you know 10 songs and depending on how much you're marketing your music, really get like pennies to dollars back. When it's like, okay, what if you took those 10 tracks and then you just went to somewhere like Bandcamp or a site where you can get 100% of your revenues, and then like you made campaigns for those 10 songs, and you said, hey, I'm posting, well, I'm going to be selling these songs, but these 10 songs are only going to be available for maybe like a week or two each. And if you don't get the song, then you don't get the song. And if you have that song copyrighted and you have the things backed behind it, like legalities, if somebody were to take that music and then say and distribute it, like and we're getting like monetization off of it, that would be right to like sue or get it taken down. So it's like even things like that, if you think 10 songs, and then fuck, even if it's only a couple people that buy each song, it's like it's still something, and it's still more than Spotify. Like I don't know, I don't want it to like seem like I'm like shitting, because they have like campaigns, they have a lot of things that you can do, but it's just in my opinion and in my like experience, I haven't really made a lot of money with Spotify. So I guess it's hard for me to like speak on that personally, but I think as far as the industry goes, I think it's probably gonna remain the same, but entirely different, kind of as it has. Um, I think the people that want to get further into it and have the consistency and willpower will. I think sometimes the deeper people get, they can see like certain aspects in it, maybe lead them astray, or maybe they'll find, a different, lane within the industry that, I've seen artists turn into videographers. I just, I think that to independent artists should be doing everything that they can, what I'm saying, for whether it be, what I'm saying, um, whether it be a source of income, whether it be for like the message, whether it be for the interaction with their fans, um, remain independently and try to, to make that money on their own. And then I just feel like, I'm saying, with signed artists and people, even, the independent artists that are like just deeper, I would say, in the industry, um, you're just gonna keep doing their thing, and that's cool because that's what they're good at.
Yeah, I think that it's important for whatever platform it is to create a culture of whatever you want the fans or the platform to do. For example, I heard DDG say that he wouldn't move his subscribers from Twitch. And I was thinking to myself, why wouldn't he do that? Because he already had he has millions of followers on YouTube. Why wouldn't you? Because you can do a membership on YouTube. So why wouldn't
Mhm.
you go on YouTube and do the exact same thing? Because you already have millions of followers on YouTube. And it dawned on me that Twitter has a culture of paid subscriptions. So that's why content creators like Cat Sanat and all those other content creators or live streamers, they stay on that platform.
Mhm.
So um, when I think about new fans, I'm thinking about like what do I want the platform to be about, and I want when fans or whoever go on new fans, I want the culture to be that you're going to buy something from the independent artists. That's the type of culture I want to set for the app. So I just feel like depending on the platform, you set the culture on what you want it to be. But
Mhm.
Spotify is streaming, so the culture is listen to
Yeah.
the song for free.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, that's not really helping the independent artists because we don't they don't have a percentage of Spotify, where
Yeah.
they can make the money off the top end. I think Spotify is more so a volume game. Like Nick D, he said that it's best to like have at least 100 songs on the platform so that you're making a little bit per song, and it accumulates to actual money that you can bring
Yeah.
home. So it honestly depends on the platform and what their culture is, where you could basically try to make a strategy around. What do you think about that, young buzz? You making faces.
I feel like it sounds good, but to actually have success with a lot of that, there are other hidden fees that come along with dropping a song and all that. Man, it's a lot. Um, so to have 100 songs and to be marketing, those songs, every single one would have their own marketing strategy and cost. And yeah, I get like volume and whatnot, but at some point, like I feel like that's what's wrong with the industry right now. It's oversaturated. Just because you have the luxury of dropping a song all the time doesn't mean it's quality music and then clouds, whatever, algorithms and all that shit. Because, people take a listen just because it come across their face. And that's kind of like what you want them to do. But I feel like, at the end of the day, focus on making quality music rather than dropping every single, whatever opportunity you get.
Mhm.
Um, because at the end of the day, like nobody wants to listen to trash. You can have 100 songs and all of them trash. You can, like you can have
No, I
you
mean Russ spoke on
Yeah.
that. Like if you have Russ already spoke on that. If you have, if you put out a song a week and it's all trash, of course it's not going to go anywhere.
yeah.
It has to be quality. You
Mhm.
have to consistently put out quality music.
And I think what he's not telling you is a lot of them songs he probably had pre-recorded. You not doing no shit like that if you don't have inventory. It's not like the mix down and mastering part and all that stuff. It takes time. It's not like somebody
Mhm.
just recording a song, then mixing it down right then and there. And then, unless they got some loopholes or they're experienced and they can do that, and they got
Mhm.
presets. But most people, most independent artists that are recording themselves, it takes them a lot longer to mix themselves down. That's
No,
just
it's
that.
true. He makes his own songs.
Yeah. But I'm just saying he probably has a lot of experience. But I'm also assuming he has inventory too. I'm not naive to think you don't already have hooks and stuff recorded and verses and all kinds of things that are on that hard drive because I'm an artist too, and I get it. You can pull from everywhere, and it just is what it is. I'm not, I'm not falling for
I mean,
that.
to put out quality music is not easy. I must, I used to be like a songwriter. So I used to commit to writing one song a day. Are all the songs that I wrote a day like quality music? No, some of them were trash. So, and then it's subjective because you may think it's trash, but you put it out there and all of a sudden everyone likes it. You don't know.
I mean, I get that part. I understand that part, but it still takes some level of charisma or something from like the song itself. Like I may dislike a song like that I've made, but at some point I liked it. I liked it enough to put it out there.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like I may after a while I listen to it over and over. I'm like, man, I really don't like this song anymore. Uh, that's just me. But
I,
I
I listen
had to
to a
have
song so much, I just stopped liking it. I've
yeah.
done that. Because the
I
first
know.
you create it, you're like, "Oh man, it's the hottest song." But then, like after you listen to it for some time, it's like, "Man, why did I create that song? That song is trash." I
Mm,
don't
Yeah.
know. Oh, what do you think, Sagrilla? Lex?
Oh no, I definitely agree. And something that my consultant has had some very like informative, helpful conversations with me about is that um quality over quantity. And it is all kind of subjective because you'll see artists that maybe they only have a couple songs out, but they're all of quality and they're doing you know uh eerily spectacular. But then you'll see that, and they'll do really well, and then you'll see artists, I'm saying, that literally have to grind out the 100 songs, and then they have whatever their version of their success is. um it's just it's all very I think that every artist on their journey is all kind of um it's all uh like different, you know.
mm,
I didn't think I would ever, you know, uh, I didn't. In my mind, it's still crazy because I didn't think that there would ever be the transition that was from the me making music on BandLab, just crying, bawling my eyes out, to to having somebody that's like, hey, I'll invest so and so many thousands dollars, into you. And I think about the me, like the the kid me, like the girl in seventh grade, that cried most nights to sleep because she was bullied. For the kids. I really, I just get so humbled to be here because I didn't think that I would be here. So I just want to be as much of a voice for, I'm saying, the outcasts, the weirdos, the villains turned anti-heroes, or even turned hero. Like, the first time I tried it in my life was in seventh grade. And I almost died at school. I had to go to the hospital, and then I was homeschooled, and I went to eighth grade, and I had a sexual assault incident happen. And so I only went to my freshman year for a month, you know what I'm saying? And I started online school and went for a couple months, had managed to get into honors classes and like had a really good GPA, and met the love of my life and dropped out. So really my school education doesn't go much more than eighth grade. And fucking learning business terms and trying to pick up, investing in stocks on the side. And it's just like I am so humbled and grateful to be here. So
mm.
Yeah, learning never stops.
yeah.
Learning never stops. you're gonna be 109 still learning. So yeah, learning never stops. But that's what I love about YouTube University, and you can learn from other people's mistakes. You can learn
Yeah.
from other people's failures. You know, um, I love learning from other people. Like that's one of my favorite things to do. That's all I did this weekend. Was I'm learning automation now. So
Oh, that's awesome.
I didn't know nothing about that. Well, I did know something about it, but I didn't know how to do it. And now I'm like, oh wow, it's eye opener. Because I'm trying to figure out how can I use what I'm learning now to help artists. That's what I'm thinking.
Hmm.
Because over the weekend I was like, yeah, I could do this and do that. And I'm thinking that I could try to because I know that artists really don't really want to do that part of the work as far as like grow their fan base. Like there's stuff in
Really?
the back end that they really don't want to do.
It's a
I
Um,
lot.
love that
It's
stuff.
a lot that
Yeah.
I've done
because
that I
you've been collecting emails and phone numbers. Is some artists are hesitant, like, I don't know, because you can't do it on Spotify.
if I had a team of, oh, I have an idea for that, but it's not that I don't want to do it. I just feel like it's not done effectively when it's one person doing all the work. So you need to divvy up certain tasks, and it's hard to find people that you trust to deal with the legality and business aspect of your music and brand.
Yeah.
You just can't have. It's just like being an athlete and you come, you get drafted or you go to, get a big contract, and you got the wrong person, like handling your money or whatever. It's the same thing. It's just you got to be very cautious of the people that you bring into your uh, particular goal or particular, journey. Um,
Yeah.
it's just how it is. And then sometimes, like, it's a matter of being patient and persistent at the same time because you don't know who's gonna come along while you're grinding your ass off or hustling like whatever you got going on. You never know who's gonna stop and contribute or whatever. It is what it is. But I just feel like at the end of the day, you you gotta do things for yourself.
Sad girl Lex, I think she had an emergency, so she had to get off. But we definitely appreciated her coming on by.
You got new fans now.
Um, I appreciate y'all for definitely staying to the end for yet another interview. Young boss, you want to close us out?
Appreciate y'all stopping by. We out.
And it was Lex, right?